Hello once again everyone, it's Eric Wilhelm here with a Sunday morning video blog for you. We've got some snow heading our way as we kick off a new work week, but we've also got warmer air heading our way at the beginning of the work week. Wanted to start with some remarkable numbers from this morning. Let's pop up real quickly here the temperatures at about 4 o'clock this morning. Look at these numbers. At the airport we did get down to 11 below this morning. Just one shy of the record low of 12 below. At my house in Boardman, I actually bottomed out at 11 below as well. Austintown, Warren, Cortland, similar numbers there. And over in Mercer County, some of these local thermometers were as cold as 17 or 18 below zero earlier on today. Now, temperatures actually started rising a couple of hours before sunset. We have a warm front pushing through, and temperatures are starting to rise above freezing, and they will continue to climb as we go through the daylight hours today. This is ahead of a system that is tracking east. Now, a lot of this is not reaching the ground out here across parts of Indiana. Maybe a touch of snow is trying to reach the ground, some flurries, no big deal. Generally speaking, our system is getting better organized out here. Notice there's some pink starting to show up in the radar returns, and icing is going to be a concern for some people, not really for us, but for some areas later on today and into tonight. And that's why the National Weather Service does have winter weather advisories out for the I-70 corridor and points south. This is not for snow, but mostly for the possibility of freezing rain. We might have a little mixture here late tonight, early tomorrow, but I'm not real concerned about ice here. The snow, I think, will be a little more impactful for your Monday morning commute. So this isn't going to be a big storm, but it is going to be enough to, cause a few inconveniences, I suspect, for tomorrow. So let's show you the modeling here and walk you through this. This is a look at the NAM model. The North American model is what NAM stands for. It shows some precipitation trying to approach by midnight, 1 o'clock. A lot of this won't be reaching the ground just yet, but as we go through the middle of the night, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, notice what's going on here. You got every color imaginable on this map. I think this is going to come in as either just snow or snow with the possibility of some sleet, and I can't rule out a little freezing rain tomorrow morning as well. Let me actually show you a little hardcore meteorology here for your Sunday morning. That never hurt anybody, really. This is what we call an atmospheric sounding, showing, and here's the 0 degree line. It runs up like this. And the red line is the temperature going up through the atmosphere. And notice there's a little area right here aloft, this is up a couple of thousand feet, that is expected to be above freezing. Where down below that, notice the red line goes to the left of the 0 line again, so this is all air that's below freezing. And so there is a possibility, relatively briefly, late tonight, early tomorrow, that we'll get a little freezing rain as the snowflakes melt in this warm layer and then fall into this cold layer. They won't turn to snowflakes again. They'll become either sleet or freezing rain. This is the warmest model solution. If this were to be exactly right, we might have a few hours worth of freezing rain. Not ready to buy that just yet, but I do think that it is possible that we'll see a little mixed precipitation right around daybreak tomorrow morning. Whatever mixes out there, I suspect it turns pretty quickly over to just some wet snow as we go towards 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then the snow will taper off, and we might actually see a little drizzle at the tail end of this tomorrow afternoon. Even though you don't see any green showing up here, wouldn't be surprised if it just tries to mist or drizzle for a time during the second half of the day tomorrow. By that point, temperatures will be above freezing at the ground, so no problems on the roads by tomorrow afternoon. So again, the timing on this comes in the middle of the night tonight. Might be some mixing for a time. Best chance of that will be south of 224. The farther south you are, the higher risk there will be of a little more of a prolonged period of mixed precipitation. But whether you get just all snow, and a little mix, or kind of a half and half mix of snow and mixed precipitation, roads can be slick for a time tomorrow morning. The European model here is not as aggressive with the warm layer, and so keeps us mostly snow in the blue for tomorrow morning, ending as a little bit of drizzle tomorrow afternoon. I kind of suspect that is the right idea. As far as how much snow, our forecast really hasn't changed much over the last couple of days. I put out a forecast on Friday showing most likely accumulation will be 2 to 3 inches. I suspect that's still right. You may be closer to an inch with more mixing the farther south you are. You have higher chances of getting the higher amounts, up to 3 inches or so, the farther north you are. So Mercer County, northern Trumbull County may do the best as far as total snow accumulation out of this. But a good average will be 2 to 3, closer to 1 if you do get a more prolonged period of sleet and or freezing rain. Here's the National Weather Service snow forecast. I think this is generally the right idea, with 2 to 3 pretty common throughout the region. And as far as pardon me, ice accumulation, again, not real concerned about that locally, but certainly you could see up to 1/10 of an inch of ice closer to I-70. That's why those winter weather advisories are out down there. The farther north you are, any ice would be fairly negligible as far as accumulations go, but the ground is really, really cold. Even though air temperatures will be rising later today and into tonight, the ground is really cold. And so even just a little bit of ice could be problematic for tomorrow morning. The much advertised thaw is still on the way. Now it's going to come in fits and starts. We're going to get warm late in the work week, this week. And then next weekend looks colder. And then the real thaw, I think, really sets in the week after, around the 18th, 19th, 20th or so. These numbers could even be a little conservative. So we've got 2 shots of warmth coming, one towards the end of this week, the other towards the end of the following week. In between, it looks pretty cold again for next weekend. All right, so we'll have more updates as new model information comes in today and into tonight. Meteorologist Andrew DePaulo is in the studio this morning on WFMJ Weekend Today, and meteorologist AJ Harris will be in on 21 News at 6 and 11 tonight. I'll chime in on social media from time to time. Make sure you tune into Jess's forecast tomorrow morning as WFMJ Today gets you ready for Monday. She'll have an update, of course, on the roads and what is falling from the sky and all that good stuff. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and thanks for watching.